Hey, what's up, everybody? Just wanted to talk to you here real quick for a few minutes on my drive home from work on a beautiful Monday. And just want to wish everyone, all the moms out there, a belated happy Mother's Day. Moms across the world, thank you for all you do for your families. Hey, this is our first installment of Monday Meltdown here at RC Bassin. And we're going to try every week on Mondays, either on the drive into work or the drive home. Kind of tell you what's on my mind here, share some things with you about the fishing community at large, and kind of get your feedback and thoughts on the topic at hand. So today we're going to talk about organizations out there that support the fishing community. And I'm a veteran. I'm a combat veteran of the Army, 22 years. And, this kind of applies to veterans, folks in any kind of special, part of the population, firefighters, EMS, police officers. It could be anything from folks with disabilities to kids with disabilities to you name it, any type of organization or any type of category where you have nonprofits involved, right? And we're going to talk about, these nonprofit organizations, what to look out for out there in the fishing community, especially for my fellow vets. Just want to share some information with you. So, I've had my channel up for a couple months, and over the past few years, I've been doing a lot of research and homework on the business side of fishing, right? Professional angling, fishing, the business, the industry behind the sport of fishing, and everything that it generates. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of revenue and a lot of benefits to be had out there in the fishing community. And in the fishing community, just like across other parts of the industry and the economy, there's a lot of organizations out there that say that they are established to support our veteran population, and it's the same in the fishing community. So, you got to look out for organizations that they're not all good organizations. There's a lot of them out there, and they do a lot of great work for our veterans, first responders, EMS, police officers, firefighters, all those folks, and for a whole lot more causes, right? But there's also some out there that are probably not very legitimate, and it's very difficult at times to draw a clear line between, the nonprofit organization and maybe the people who are running the nonprofit, and are they using the nonprofit or the cause for their own personal benefit, right? And so out there in the fishing community, unfortunately there's some out there that fall into that category. And to me, it's just like stolen valor, right? And that's, to me, that's terrible. Stolen valor is where, people impersonate or they fraudulently depict that they've been into military service. It could be that they're, betraying themselves to be police officers, firefighters, whatever, EMS, first responders. You hear all these stories about, people getting pulled over by people impersonating police officers. Well, it's the same way in the military. Some of these folks want to impersonate military members. So to me, when you're using an organization, especially when you're saying that you're supporting our veterans, and you're using it to personally gain from that, to me, that's the same as stealing the valor of our heroes who have honorably served this great nation. And to me, there's just you can't do much worse than that, outside of committing murder or some other capital crime. To me, it's just that serious to me, because I'm a veteran, right? It's near and dear to my heart. And I love these organizations. I love the fact that there's organizations out there that are trying to, promote veteran awareness, or they're trying to help veterans cope with, things that they've experienced in their military service, or they're just looking to get veterans out, into the fishing community and getting them exposed to the sport of fishing to kind of just take their mind off things and let them collaborate or share some camaraderie with other veterans, other folks that have went through some of the same things that they went through. And so some things that you need to look for with these nonprofits that are claiming to support veterans or any other cause. Of course, you can always go and check them out, right, to see if they're legitimately registered as a nonprofit. There's there's plenty of ways to research that and find these organizations and who actually founded the nonprofit. Second thing is, if it's truly a legitimate nonprofit organization, there should be a board of directors, right, that are actually, or some type of governance oversight of the organization to make sure that it's living up to its charter, or supporting the cause that it says that it's supporting. And then everything that's coming into that organization should go back out to the folks that it's allegedly supports. And there shouldn't be just one person making all the decisions of that organization, right? Because who's holding them accountable? Not saying that they're doing anything wrong, but there's always those perceptions out there that could be formed. And when they're not very transparent about what's happening, or they're just not allowing other people into the business side of the organization, or if you're supposed to be supporting veterans, but there's not a single veteran on the board of directors, or there's just no board of directors, there's just one person calling all the shots, that's a red flag. You should really proceed with caution, in my opinion. You should also ask to see the bylaws for the nonprofit, right? Those should be public information. Anyone who's running a nonprofit, there should be no reason why they wouldn't show you their bylaws, right? And then there should be some financial transparency. You should really take a look at what's coming into the organization, what percentage of that is going back out. Is it benefiting anyone personally that is within that organization? Do the board of directors have oversight? And are there recurring financial statements that come out? Or if it's just not necessarily a financial statement, but just an accounting for the organization and what it's receiving in? Because a lot of these organizations can go out and they can solicit donors, they can get financial donations, they can get donations in other forms like goods and products and services. And you want to know that stuff is going to the cause that the nonprofit is supposed to support. Man, especially if it's our veteran community, man, it really chaps my rear end to think that there's folks out there setting up these organizations that would use that as a reason, or as a sham front, to just exploit our veterans that way. So for all those out there, I hope that somehow there's some accounting. Unfortunately, there's not very much regulation or oversight of nonprofits. It's not hard to form one. You can fill out some forms online. You can start up a nonprofit on your own, and no one's ever going to come holding you accountable unless there's some big investigation, some money laundering thing going on, like Bernie Madoff, Ponzi scheme or something like that. Chances are, you're not gonna. There's just not much governance or regulation out there for these nonprofit organizations. So just when you're out there, especially all my veterans and folks that are first responders, EMS firefighters, when these nonprofits pop up out there and they're telling you that they're doing things on your behalf and for a cause, hold them accountable. Hold them accountable. Don't let them get away with using the organization or the cause that they're allegedly supporting to promote themselves or their personal agendas, and make sure that what is coming into the organization is actually going out for the cause. So, hey, that's my Monday meltdown for the day. Let me know what you think. If you had any experience or exposure to some of these sham companies, or if you're a veteran out there and you've ran across a situation of stolen valor, whether it be actually someone impersonating a soldier, or some organization that to me is stealing valor from our veterans, just drop me a line and let me know. And again, there are plenty of great organizations out there that's pretty easy to determine, weed out the ones that are legit and the ones are not. So just take care of yourselves out there. Make sure that when you link up with an organization, they're really legit, especially if you're investing your time, your finances, your effort into supporting the organization. Just make sure that it's going to the right places. Okay, so listen, hey, thanks again for always for watching the videos. Until we get to talk to you again on our Monday meltdown here at RC Bassin, stay safe out on the water. Tight lines, baby, and hook 'em up.